With the 5th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga University.
Suggs.
With the 8th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Franz Wagner from Berlin, Germany, and the University of Michigan.
The Orlando Magic had a semi-quiet offseason, I guess you can say. The 2 clips in the beginning are really the only big player landings that they had this offseason, which, with a team like Orlando, first of all, it's Orlando. Who wants to go to Orlando? Second of all, who wants to go to Orlando? They drafted Jalen Suggs. They drafted Franz Wagner. Both in the top 10, Jalen Suggs at number 5, Franz Wagner at number 8. And they also signed assistant coach from my Dallas Mavericks, Jamal Mosley, to be their head coach moving forward. While I know that these are only the real moves that they made this offseason, I think these are great moves in a step to actually rebuilding and building a nice young team. They didn't lose much either. They really their only big loss, if you consider it a big loss because the dude barely plays on the court, was Otto Porter Jr., who is now with a team who should be coming up soon. But we'll get to it. The Orlando Magic has always been a team that I called the farm system for the NBA. And it's because in recent memory, we've seen guys like Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis start off with the Orlando Magic. And while they're on this, actually, Domantas Sabonis didn't really get a chance with the team, but we saw what he was able to become on the Indiana Pacers. And there's no reason to believe that he couldn't have become that on the Orlando Magic, correct? We don't know because we never got to find out. But history shows with a guy like Victor Oladipo, who had years on the Orlando Magic, it didn't break out until his 3rd team with the Indiana Pacers, that maybe it's all about situation. Maybe in the past few years, the Orlando Magic hasn't had the right situation for players to develop the way they're meant to be. And I think that had a lot to do with culture, which I discussed a bit in the Knicks video, the first video that I did for this series. I think it has a lot to do with the culture. And I think, like I said, especially with the move to bring in Jamal Mosley as a head coach, a guy that a lot of players around the league have backed with their support of making him a head coach. He's a player's coach. Players gravitate to him. He had an amazing relationship with Luka. Hopefully he can build a relationship like that with young players on this team to build the future, like a Jonathan Isaac, like a Jalen Suggs, like a Franz Wagner. I think culture building is very important when it comes to trying to develop players and rebuild a team. Gathering young talent all on one team isn't the only step and isn't really the most. It is very important because you need the talent, but we've seen it. Young players have come in abundance on one team and have developed into nothing until they go into a system, a culture where they can develop the way they're supposed to, coaches who tend to their needs the way they're supposed to, coaches who see the right thing, what needs to be tweaked in their game, what doesn't need to be tweaked in their game, how far they have to go in their development. And I think the Orlando Magic are on the right path there. But there is a such thing as too much talent, especially at one position. They drafted Jalen Suggs, who was a 2-guard, but I think they have a clog at the point guard position when it comes to young talent. You have Markelle Fultz, who is basically revitalizing his career, who I like a lot. Cole Anthony, who, obviously none of these guys are, maybe with the exception of Markelle, but still, none of these guys are legitimate starting point guards to where you want to compete in the league. But Cole Anthony, who I like a lot, is a very decent guard. Maybe he does better as a point guard off the bench, but we saw some nice flashes from him this year. RJ Hampton, who I think is a very nice young point guard who they got from the Denver Nuggets in the Aaron Gordon trade. And reportedly, he's just grown to 6'6". Eventually, one or both of these guys, two of these guys, are going to have to be moved. Maybe this season is, the testing grounds to see who they would prefer to move forward with. Maybe they prefer to move forward with someone and keep someone as a backup and move one of these point guards. But I don't see a world where you keep all three. Maybe they wait until one of their contracts are up. I believe Cole Anthony's would be up first, but I could be wrong. Told you before, I'm not a cap guy. I'm not the contract guru guy. But one of these guys are gonna have to get an opportunity somewhere else. Hopefully they can use the Orlando Magic, the opportunity on the Orlando Magic to showcase themselves. You're gonna get a lot of opportunities on this team because this team isn't expected to win. This team isn't even going to be close to the play-in. Like I said, they're a young, rebuilding team. They have some nice veterans on the team: Robin Lopez, James Ennis, Terrence Ross, Gary Harris. Nice, talented vets, but that's still not going to put them over the hump or not even close to the goddamn hump. Even in the Eastern Conference, which, to be quite honest, is getting a little deeper this season. But I have big expectations for Jalen Suggs, not just for this season, but for his career. He's not in my rookie of the year predictions as far as candidates who I think will win. Does he have a chance to? Absolutely. He has all of the opportunity. The ball is going to be given to him. He's a good scorer, very good playmaker. I don't know much about Franz Wagner, so I'm looking forward to see what kind of player he develops into in the league. If he has a great rookie year, hopefully both of them have a great rookie year. I'm rooting for the Orlando Magic. They've been down bad for so long. They've had so much bad luck with draft picks. You could go on with the players that they've drafted that in hindsight you could say they shouldn't have, or maybe not even in hindsight, in the moment they shouldn't have. But they have recently made good draft picks with Jonathan Isaac, who the curse of the number one in Orlando has continued, considering he cannot stay healthy, just like Tracy McGrady before him and Penny Hardaway before him. So hopefully Jonathan Isaac will have a really good bounce back season. They lost Nikola Vucevic last year. That's when the rebuild started. You knew right then and there that the Orlando Magic weren't thinking about competing. They were thinking about starting this franchise over. And they have the nice pieces to do it with Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Jonathan Isaac. So if you're an Orlando Magic fan, let me know how you felt about the offseason. Obviously, it wasn't much going on. Let me know how you feel about Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner. What do you think about the signing of Jamal Mosley as head coach? Are you excited? Are you excited for the young players on the team? Do you think Jalen Suggs can win Rookie of the Year? Do you think Franz Wagner can win Rookie of the Year? You never know, man. Michael Carter Williams won Rookie of the Year, okay? Anything can happen in the NBA. Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible. But leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell so you know where your team is coming next. There's no laid out plan for which team's videos come out next. It's all random. So you don't want to miss when your team video goes up. And until then, holla at y'all on the next one. Peace.